Welcome to this video. We have already set up the environment, and in this video we are going to see how do we create our first project in Ionic. Create a project, say Ionic start and your application name. So I'll write my first app. As soon as you say my first app, it asks you to choose a proper framework. Right now you have an option to choose Angular, React or Vue. In this course we are going to choose Angular as a framework. As soon as you choose a framework, it asks you to choose a starter template. Now Ionic has various templates to offer in the starting on which you can create your application. The tabs app or the tabs template is the template where you get multiple tabs in the starting. You have 3 tabs as to say, and you can navigate between those tabs. So if your app is specifically looking for some tabs design, you can choose this template. In the side menu template, Ionic initially provides you with a page which has a side menu. Blank one is the entire blank project. Sample project with a list, it gives you an inbuilt list where you can bind your own data. And similarly, a camera application app or a complete project where Ionic showcases all these libraries and all. Since we are going to learn this, we will start with a blank project. Now it asks you to integrate capacitor to get the native features of iOS and Android. Why not? In this course, we'll also learn about capacitor and involve the native features of Android and iOS. This will take some time and install all the dependencies from Angular, from capacitor, and the basic node projects, basic node modules for your Ionic application to run. Once all the packages are installed, it will ask you to create a free Ionic account. Right now, we are not going to use any online Ionic services. So for now, we can say no. We can anytime change it later to see the online Ionic services as well, like push notifications and all. So we have our first app ready. To start with my app, I'll go cd my first app. Now I'm in the directory of the app. Let's open my app folder in Visual Studio Code as well. These are all the relevant files for this project. You can see node modules, all the relevant initial modules are installed here, Angular, capacitor, Ionic, and all of them. Then there is a source folder, which is the main folder, and we will be majorly working inside this folder, and to be very specific, inside the app folder of the source. Asset folder contains any asset. For example, here you want to use icon, header files, image files, anything. Environment contains a file where you define your environment variables. Then for theme, you can define different CSS styles for it. There's also one global CSS. Index.html is the start of your application. So majorly, you will spend your time inside the source folder and inside the app folder. Inside the app folder, you will notice one more folder, which is home. That is your first page, which is home. The routing module tells you the current routing system. We'll deep dive into how the routing is and how the routing works in Angular. Right now you will see routing is defined to home. So when I say home, it will take me to the home module or the home page. Similarly, I have different app component pages here, app module pages here. App module page define all the modules right now which are being already involved or invoked in my application, which are pre-existing basically. Later, if I install more packages, more plugins, I'll have to define the modules here first in order to use them in the application. So this is the basic structure of how the apps are defined or how the app folders are defined within this Ionic application. Let's quickly run it in the browser to see how it looks. To run your application, just write Ionic serve. This will build your application and show it to you in a web browser. Your application is already deployed at localhost 8100. So now we can open a browser and navigate to this path to see your website, to see your application. This is how your application looks like right now. Whatever content you see is coming from your home.html. So if you go to your application and change anything here, that will be reflected there. And as we do for every language, let's write hello world. Instead of this title, I'll change to my first app. Oh, sorry. So as you see, but whenever I'm saving the changes, it is automatically getting refreshed here, which means it's a live reload. I don't need to deploy or compile my app again and again while I'm still changing the code. So it's a live reload functionality. So whatever I change here appears automatically here. So if I write hello world, how are you doing, and I save it, this web browser automatically refreshes and shows me the next command. So this is how you create an application with different templates available in Ionic, and this is how you run your application in the browser.